Hi, Sheila. Good morning. Hi, good morning, Sheila.
Hi, Yash.
We will wait for 2 5 minutes for for what is that? Prasanna to join.
Yes. Yash, this classes is only from Monday to Friday or Monday to Saturday?
Monday to Friday.
Monday to Friday. Okay.
If there is something missing or we are lagging behind, then we can cover it on Saturday.
Hi all.
Hi, Prasanna. We starting.
Yeah, we can start.
Just give me a minute. Let me log into the application.
Okay, sure.
Yash, yesterday Prasad has shared us a few link. I tried accessing it. It's not working for me.
Is this the instance link he has shared?
Uh, I think yes.
Okay, so what happens that those instance link actually they
Mm.
get refreshed every 15 days.
Okay.
Okay, so maybe you can ask him to provide the new link as they might not have active now.
Okay. I'm not sure whether the Excel what you yesterday shared, you were referring, right? He shared the same thing.
Excel.
Excel, yeah.
I didn't share any Excel yesterday.
No, no, no. You were referring to some Excel while taking a session, right? You were referring one Excel, right? One Excel sheet.
Okay, so see, it's one PPT I was sharing. it was not Excel, it was the course content which I was sharing.
Okay. Yeah, might be after the session. I'll see whether I'll show you whether which one I'm referring.
Okay, okay. Fine. Okay, so today's topic will be we will cover the enterprise structure, enterprise profile, how to create that, and reference data set, determinant, reference data set, access for user, and a small topic which is manage geographies. So, you are aware of the enterprise structure in general?
Please refresh here.
I'm not.
Are you able to see my screen first of all?
No, yeah. Have you started sharing?
Yes, 1 minute. I'll share again. Can you see now?
Yes, now I
Yeah,
can.
now we can see.
Okay, so let's say, let's consider an example of Tata. So Tata has a lot of businesses, Tata Motors, then Tata Steel, Tata Entertainment, and many more. So they have their structure. So if you say Tata Motors, so Tata Motors is an enterprise, okay, and Tata Motors is registered as a legal entity, as an organization with the Indian government. So let's say Tata government is registered as a payroll unit or as a employer unit. So they have to abide by all the rules and regulation of the Indian government for Labor Act and for Payroll Act. Now, what could be the rules and regulation? It's like, uh, your provident fund. Okay. So every employer is, it's mandatory for them to contribute towards the provident fund and deduct the TDS. They deduct the TDS and they uh, provide the tax to the government on your behalf. Likewise, you can say like, okay, like 70 hours a week policy is there. So that I mean, the organization has to abide by that. If they are asking someone to work beyond 70 hours, so they will have to compensate on that. They will have to provide the labors, the minimum wages. So all these rules and regulations, organization has to abide by. Okay, and this will be a registered office. This registered office, when I say this will be registered with the Indian government. So normally we see like our corporate office, our head office. So mostly these offices are registered with the Indian government and they are our head office. So let's say Tata Motors is an enterprise and its legal entity is in Pune. Okay, so Pune is their registered office. So in lot of organization, you will see like our registered office address is this, and these are our branches. So if you are in Hyderabad, our registered office is in Madhapur, and the remaining offices are in South Hyderabad, West Hyderabad, North Hyderabad, like that. Okay, so when we say the registered office, when we say the legal entity here. Okay, so legal entity is nothing but a registered office of that enterprise which has to abide by all the rules and regulation of the government. So it's not only the payroll, it's not only the labor law, it's not only your what to say uh, uh, so let's say you have promised someone. Okay, let's say Tata Sky. Okay, what they do, they ask you for some money, they ask you to recharge their set-top box, and in turn they provide a service to you. Now, this is an agreement they have done with you, and the same is being done with the government. Okay, that if a customer is paying them for some services, so they have to deliver that service to the customer. So this is a law. This is a law of the government. You cannot just take the money and do not provide the services to the customer. Otherwise, you will be called as a fraudulent. Okay. So all the rules and regulation, including the one basic example I gave you. So if a company is registered, if a company is registered with the Indian government, they have to abide by all the rules and regulations. And this registered office, this part, this entity, we call it as a legal entity. Okay. Understood what legal entity is?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now comes the primary ledger. Now,
Okay, you are saying that Tata Motors for the legal entity. Okay, here in the picture you mentioned legal entity one, legal entity two. It means in Tata Motors you have two more or any other company like that.
yes. So see, okay, forgot about Tata Motors. Okay, because Tata Motors is mostly Indian company. Consider TCS again. Okay,
Oh,
so TCS
okay,
is in India. TCS is in Australia also. TCS is in Canada also. Okay, so TCS will have one registered office in India. They will have one registered office in Australia. So they have to abide by the rules and regulation of the Australia government, of the Canada government, right? So in this case, in this example, TCS is an enterprise and TCS will have their three legal entities on three different locations.
okay.
Getting my point?
Yeah, got it, got it.
So legal entity means it's going to be the head office, like that you mean to say, for that particular location.
Mostly the legal entity are the head office in most of the cases because it is one of the registered office. Now, in whichever organization you are working, you may find out that they will say we have a corporate office at this location and we have a development center at some other location. We have a research center in some other location and at this location we have a sales team sitting. So when you say that we have a corporate office, that is nothing but a registered office, okay, of that organization. Okay, and there all the legal terms or all the people deals with the legal terms with the Indian government. Okay, like deduction of your taxes, maintaining the labor law, and this consumer act. So whatever, I mean, these are very basic example I'm giving. An organization will have to abide by n number of different rules and regulation imposed by the government. Okay, and there is a legal team also in all the offices which deals with all this. So then they appoint the HR also, whose job will be that uh, we should abide by the human resource law of the Indian government. Then there will be a finance team who will deal with your salary. Now they cannot deduct the more taxes, or they cannot deduct the tax in your salary slip and do not give it to the Indian government. Okay. So to maintain all these things, there will be a registered office which whose job will only to maintain this decorum of the legalities in the Indian government. Okay, getting my point? Getting what legal entity is?
Got it.
Yes, I got it. It's clear.
And this structure which we are discussing today, if you are working as a PPM consultant, then this will be given to you. Okay, this is only for the understanding purpose I am telling you. Your job will start from the lowest level, which is inventory ops. Okay, and we do not call these as an inventory ops in PPM. We call it as a project unit. Okay, but this we will discuss later on in our discussion. Currently, I will explain you till this business unit and what are the inventory ops. Okay, so let's consider the example of TCS again. So TCS again is an enterprise. They have a lot of registered office and different location. And then they are maintaining a ledger. Now, are you aware of ledger?
Please explain here.
Okay. So ledger is a book wherein you maintain not only your profit and loss, but everything, every entry, every transaction which is happening in your organization that goes to a ledger. Okay. Let's consider an example of TCS again. So TCS has a lot of clients. Okay, so they are paying salary to a lot of employees. So they will be maintaining a lot of accounts. So each transaction, when I say transaction, it can be as basic as giving the salary to the employee, collecting the money from their customer, and giving the money for the infrastructure to the government. So all these are the transactions which an organization do, and all these transactions go and sit into the ledger. Okay. Now ledger has four main components, which is your currency. Okay, in which currency you are doing the transaction, your chart of accounts. Okay, where if you're doing a chart, if you are doing this particular transaction, so which account it will hit. For example, our salary gets paid. Okay, so they might be maintaining a salary account. They are paying, they are procuring something for us. For example, they are procuring a raw material, or they are procuring the laptops for us, so that goes into their asset account. Okay, so likewise they will have a chart of account to maintain. Then the third component is the calendar, in which period they are doing this transaction. If they're doing the transaction in the November, they have to record it in the November period close only. They cannot do it in the December. I mean, yes, in some special cases wherein you have to close the period, you can sweep the transaction for urgency. But in ideal scenario, if a transaction is happening in the November, then it has to be shown in the November books only. Then the fourth is the SLA, which is, I mean, the fourth word is the convention, which is nothing but the accounting method, which says that how the account, this amount, okay, let's say if 1 lakh salary is getting paid to some employee, so how this 1 lakh salary will get distributed to the cost center, to their national account, to the department, likewise. Okay, so this is what a ledger is. So each organization will maintain a ledger. So ledger, now here the ledger is coming below the hierarchy of legal entity. It can come below the enterprise also. So it can be enterprise, ledger, and legal entity. And like I shown here, it can be enterprise, legal entity, and the ledger also. We can, it's not necessary that the ledger will come below the legal entity. Based on the requirement, we can decide this hierarchy. But this association needs to be there. There should be an enterprise. There will be a primary ledger. There will be legal entities. Okay, so this association needs to be there. Now, are we clear this till this part?
1 second. Like you said, ledger might be coming above the enterprise or below the legal entity, vice versa. You said
Hmm.
how that can happen. Like in what case that vice versa may come in.
Okay, it's simple. Okay, see. Okay, let's consider one vanilla example of Tata Motors. Okay, which is an Indian company. So what they are doing, they are maintaining one enterprise of Tata, which is Tata Motors. So our enterprise is Tata Motors. Then they are maintaining a book. Okay, so a book. I mean, when I say the book, it is a ledger. Now that ledger can have multiple legal entities. Okay, okay, I understood what you're talking. Okay, so see, this actually, this representation. It you might feel that okay, this will come below the hierarchy. It's not like that. You can juggle this. Okay, this can come anywhere I mean, below the enterprise and legal entity. I mean, there is no specific criteria for this.
In that, the chain going to be like enterprise ledger will be like one ledger, or even like that will also will be have a multiple ledger, like ledger one, ledger two, like the
Yes,
entity.
yes, yes. So let's say if you have multiple ledgers, okay, ledger one, ledger two, ledger three, okay, and ledger one will have different legal entities. Ledger 2 will have different legal entities. In that case, this example won't be correct, right?
Okay. So, like as you said, you gave an example of India and Australia. So, for that, the ledger will be for India, there will be one ledger,
Hmm.
Australia, another ledger. Like that, the hierarchy might go increase depending upon our requirement.
Okay, now see, now there is a catch here, okay? Now it's not mandatory that if we have different offices in different location, we will have three different ledger. No, it's not like that. We can have only one primary ledger, and then we can have the secondary ledger for reporting purposes. Okay,
Okay.
now consider this example here. Okay, our enterprise is TCS. We have legal entity 1 in India and we have legal entity 2 in US. But we are maintaining one ledger only. Most of our customers are Indian customers. We are maintaining one ledger, and yes, we are maintaining a secondary ledger also, a reporting ledger also, to show the balances in US currency as well. So that can also be a business. This is how this can also be a business scenario. See, when you work as a consultant, you will have to understand their business, okay, and they can run their business the way they want.
Okay.
Okay, there is no specific rule. Now you have to understand these terminologies and you have to fit in their business into this hierarchy. Okay, now as I said, this can go up. The primary ledger can come below enterprise. The legal entity can come above the primary ledger. You can decide then and there. But the important thing is that you understand this concept and based on their business. See, Oracle cannot create a product which says, no, this will be my structure. Now whatever is your business, you have to abide by this structure. Nobody will take or nobody will purchase Oracle ERP in that case. Okay, so Oracle ERP is designed in a way that it will accommodate their business requirement. So we need to, when we talk to the consultant, when your finance team will talk to the business, you will first understand how their business is working. Okay, if they say like, okay, if they say that I have, the registered office in 5 different locations, so automatically that the thing will come to your mind. Okay, then I will have to create 5 legal entities. Okay, if they say, okay, but we are maintaining, for each registered office, we are maintaining 3 different books. So legal entity. So the primary ledger will come above the hierarchy. The legal entity will come below that. Okay. If they say that okay, we are maintaining only one ledger. So in that case also you can say that the primary ledger will come here and the legal entity will be associated with it. Okay, or I'll open a notepad. Forget about this diagram if it is confusing. So now our enterprise is Tata Motors. Okay. Now Tata Motors say that we are maintaining one ledger. Okay, all the transactions we are recording on that one ledger, and we have only one registered office in Pune. Okay, so what will be your structure? How you will design it?
Uh, Enterprise, and you said only one legal entity it will be there.
Correct.
Only Pune is the head office, you said.
Hmm.
And then ledger.
Yes, 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 correct. So our ledger will be Tata Motors Financial Book, and in this case, our legal entity will be
Pune.
Pune. Okay, and now the finance team, what they do is they do an association with this. Okay, they associate your enterprise with ledger. Okay, with the legal entity. Okay, now say that you have two legal entities. Okay, one is in Pune and one is in Delhi. Okay, so in that case also this hierarchy is possible. Okay, there is no problem in that. You can have one ledger. Okay, you can have one in the Pune and one in the Delhi. But let's say they are maintaining two different books. Okay, so Tata Motors are maintaining one ledger for Tata maintaining manufacturing and Tata Motors. Um, the others. Okay, they are,
Service.
sorry,
Service you can put.
service.
Tata service.
Yeah, okay, service. Yes, so this they are maintaining other. Okay, and now for this they have offices here in Pune and Delhi, and for services they have offices in, let's say, Bangalore and Hyderabad. Okay, so what you will do is you will create two ledgers. One is manufacturing financial book, one is service financial book. Under this, there will be Pune and Delhi. Under this, there will be Bangalore and Hyderabad. Now, this also can come here, and it is no problem. That okay, my legal entity is in Pune and Delhi, and they are having this ledger, and there are two more entities which are Bangalore and Hyderabad, and they have this ledger. Okay. So it is an association. So with the diagram, it looks like a hierarchy, but this is an association between these three entities. Got it?
Oh, got it.
But now comes the business unit, and business unit will be associated with your legal entity and ultimately with your ledger. Okay. So what is a business unit? Business unit is something at which you will roll out your transactions. Okay. So now let's remove this part. Let's keep it simple. Now consider this vanilla case, which is your legal entity is in Pune, but now let's come to the business center. Business unit. This can be
Okay.
in Mumbai, Chandigarh, and let's say Chennai. So you can say these are my development center, okay, for Tata Motor. Okay, so Pune is my registered office, but in Mumbai, Chandigarh, and Chennai, we are doing the manufacturing. Okay, so these are my three centers where we are doing the manufacturing, and all the transactions are happening. This will get segregated based on this geographical location. So let's say you procure a raw material for your development center in Mumbai or in Chandigarh or in Chennai. So that cost will get recorded, okay, against this Mumbai center, okay. Ultimately, it will be registered. They will have an association with the legal entity Pune, and ultimately it has to be gone into this ledger, into this particular book, okay. But this is a level, or this is a way wherein we are segregating our transactions. So let's say you procure a raw material in for your Mumbai Development Center. Okay. So you procure some steel for Mumbai, okay, of some 1 lakh rupees. Okay. So now this 1 lakh rupees, it will be registered into the ledger Tata Motors Financial Book. Okay. So ultimately, this 1 lakh rupees will go and sit here in this book. Okay. The accounting entry of this 1 lakh will come and go sit here. So this will be our association, that this business unit will be associated with this legal entity, and this legal entity will be associated with this ledger. Okay, so this is how we roll up the transaction. So all the transactions, so let's say if we are doing the transactions in Chennai, this much of amount, so ultimately it goes and sit into the ledger. But before that, what happens, that the transactions they are doing, okay, and I said that they have to abide by all the rules and regulations for that government. So we have a registered office here, okay. So this all will get rolled up to this legal entity, okay, here. Okay, so whatever transactions we are doing, so this gets recorded under this development center. Okay, it gets rolled up to our legal entity and ultimately to our ledger. Okay, getting this visualization.
Yes, sir.
Uh, so totally that year and profit and loss will come under top level, and account transaction come under BU level, correct?
Yes, exactly. So whatever transactions we do, that we do at the lowest of either the business unit level or at the inventory of, and then it keeps on getting rolled up.
Okay. Okay. Thank
Okay, and with the other advantage of this business unit is that this business unit will also enforce the security. Okay, now let's say the people working in Mumbai, okay, they are working on, let's say, hmm, okay, so they have certain expenditure categories. Okay, when I say expenditure categories, it means like how you are, doing your expenses for this particular project. Okay, so let's say you are procuring raw material, or you are hiring some resources for research and development. Okay, so labor is one of our expenditure category. Then our non-labor part, which is our raw material, is also one of the expenditure categories. Now Mumbai has some expenditure categories. Similarly, Chandigarh will have their own expenditure category, and Chennai will have their own. Now your requirement is that whoever is working with this center should not be exposed to any of the expenditure category or any of the revenue category, okay, of Chandigarh and Chennai. Okay, so let's say revenue category. Let's forget about expenditure. Let's consider the revenue category part. So uh, uh, the revenue for Mumbai Business Center is coming from various sector. Okay, they are generating the revenue from the sales. They are generating the revenue by doing small research and development, and then selling that product to some to some other vendors. So there are n number of categories from where this Mumbai unit is generating their revenue, and Chandigarh and Chennai should not be exposed to it. Okay, so for accomplishing such requirement, what do we have in places? We have our reference data set. So reference data set is something which allows you to segregate your uh, entities, like your payment terms, okay, like your uh, transaction types, like your expenditure categories, like your revenue types, like your project definitions. Okay, so project definition, so whatever projects are running in Mumbai, they will have different project definitions. Whatever projects are running here in Chandigarh, they will have different project types, different project definition, and these two units should not be exposed to it. Chandigarh do not want Mumbai and Chennai to know how they are defining the projects, how they are, what are the payment terms of, for their customers. Payment term for the customer is a very critical information. So this has to be secured. Okay. So this has to be accessible to whoever is working for this particular business unit, and not for these two. So how to achieve this? You can achieve this using the reference data set. Okay. Are we clear till this part?
Yes, yes.
Sheila, are you clear?
Yes, Ash.
Okay. So this structure is clear, right? This is there in 11i and Artwell also.
Yeah.
Okay. And till this part, the structure in 11i and Artwell is same. So like we have operating unit. Have you heard of operating unit?
Yes.
Operating unit we all know, right? So the concept of operating unit has replaced by business unit here. Okay, if I have to say, if I have to compare it, but it has some more security features. Okay, so under business unit now, there comes the department. Okay, there comes sorry, the project unit. There comes the department. So majority of the organization. So this is a very basic example I gave. Now, under Mumbai itself, there will be their other sales team, okay, which is sitting, let's say, in South Mumbai, okay, or Andheri, okay. So they will have their sales team sitting in South Mumbai, or they will have their service team sitting in Andheri. So likewise, there can be further, bifurcation of this particular enterprise. It will not be only restricted to Mumbai, Chandigarh, and Chennai. Okay, so you will see that the TCS office are there in Hyderabad itself. There are 8 locations where the TCS offices are there. Okay, so in this case, if we consider the TCS example, so their ledger will be Tata Consultancy Services, Financial Book. Their legal entity is will be in Mumbai, and their business unit can be in Hyderabad, Mumbai, and Chennai, Bangalore, and in Mumbai, their offices could be in South Mumbai, Andheri, Powai, in Hyderabad. It can be in Banjara Hills. It can be in financial districts. Okay, so there can be further bifurcations to it, and those bifurcations we will consider when we will talk about project unit and department. For now, you understand till this part only, because this is something your finance team will give it to you. Okay. Getting this part? This part is clear, right?
Yes.
Okay. So now jump on. Okay, before that, I will have to tell you that we establish the enterprise structure. Okay, so when I say enterprise structure,
Can you go to before slide? Okay. Okay, got it. Yeah. Please proceed.
okay, so an enterprise structure is something, so it is an implementation basically. So let's say this example here, it is a CK enterprise structure. It is a vision corporation structure. So you can think of that, okay, I am there, I have got, uh, I'm maintaining 2 enterprise here. One is Reliance and one is Tata. Okay. So when you will define the enterprise structure for your Reliance, so you will go for this enterprise structure. Okay, for Reliance enterprise structure, and when you do it for Tata, you can go for the Tata enterprise structure. I'll show you in the application. This will be more clear. And again, if you're not 100% understanding this, then also it is okay, because this is something we as a PPM consultant won't do. Okay, this will be given to us by the by our finance team. Okay. Okay, so these are the profiles. Okay, so these are the profiles. So do you see here the divisions, legal entity, business unit, reference data set. So all these things we associate here. Okay, so this is an enterprise structure, a complete enterprise structure. And this will be given to you by the finance team. You don't have to do this. Okay, but you have to have an idea about this structure. Where exactly in the PPM configuration, if you have to find.
I'm sorry, I missed. Can you please go back and show me like how you from project financial?
Okay. Okay, see. So you worked on e-business suite before, right?
Yes.
So in e-business suite, you have to remember the menu name or the form name
Yes.
or the responsibility name to search any, setup configuration or any form, right?
Mm.
Here it is very simple. Okay. You just have to know. Okay. So currently we are working. So currently we are covering project financial management. Okay. So just in the setup, you select this part and you search for any task. Let's say enterprise structure. So do you know? So if you have observed, first I went here to check this. I couldn't find it here. Then I went here. I couldn't find it. So to save the time, what I did, I simply searched the enterprise structure or this task name in this search task. I clicked on search and it's now available. Similarly, if you have to search for any other configuration, let's say revenue category. Okay, project template. Okay, so likewise, you can search any task here. You don't have to know the hierarchy.
Okay.
Getting my point?
Got it.
Yes.
Okay, so enterprise structure is clear.
Yes.
Okay, and again, this will be given by the finance team, but you need to know what is my enterprise structure. Okay, how it looks like. So this you can get to know from here. Now coming to the reference data set. Okay. In order to maintain the reference data set, this is the setup. Now, the setup is very simple. Okay. You just have to create this reference data set. Let's say that is it. We created a reference data set. Now, where exactly we will use it? Okay. So we go. Let's consider. Yeah, see, when we are creating this business unit, okay, you have to give the set here. So currently they have given the India business unit set. Okay. So whenever your finance team will create any business unit, they will be associating this set with it. Okay, let me see if I can create a business unit. I will go to financials. See, this legal entity association, okay? See, this is our primary ledger and this is our legal entity. If you want, you can have another legal entity under this structure. Okay, so currently I do not have the access to assign that business unit to it, but let me see. Business unit. Let me see here. I cannot assign it here. Business unit. Wait, this one. No, no, I don't have an access to create a business unit for now. Okay. Okay, but whenever your finance team will create a business unit, they will associate a reference data set to it. Okay.
Okay.
Now, okay. Now see. Now for this particular business unit, okay, which is your UK medical business unit. So you see the reference data object here, claim reason, close reason. Okay. So these are standard data object, reference data object. It is nothing but your configurations. You can see project rates, project accounting definition, receivable collector, receivable account rules. Now consider receivable account rule. Okay. So here, what you can do is you can select a set. Okay. Let's say currently this is common. So this receivable account rule will be visible to everyone who is associated with this business unit. Okay, because this was set is common. Now what I'm doing, let's put it Denmark location set. Okay. Now this particular configuration is now associated with this particular data set. Okay. We created one data set. Wait, let me check that if it is here. Okay. So see, this receivable account rules, okay, this configuration is now associated with this data access set, sorry, reference data set. Now, whoever user is assigned with this data access set they can access only the receivable accounting rules. No other person can access this. Okay. But if I give this to common,
Everyone can access.
so everyone who is with this under this business unit or under any business unit can access it. Okay. You're getting some glimpse you're getting the purpose why we are enforcing the reference data set here.
Got it. Got it.
Hila, are you clear?
Yes, Ash. And this reference data you were showing that our project rates, those all we have to map it, or it will be like the team, like you said, the financial team would have been done those things.
No, see, this part, what you see here, these are configurations. Okay. See, you will be creating the contract types.
Yes.
Okay. You will be creating the customer account sites. Okay. Then you will be creating the grades. Then locations. Okay. Locations is very common. You will be creating the location. You will be creating the jobs. Okay. So this is something at each and every level every consultant will be doing. This will be done by us as a consultant. Okay. And now when we are doing this, we do not want these, these entities to be available. Now you have created 5 jobs. Okay. Senior consultant, consultant, manager, president, vice president. Okay. So you have created 5 jobs for your Mumbai location. Now, you do not want the Chandigarh guy to access it. So, what will you do? You will create a reference data set and then you will associate that here. So, now whoever has an access to this access, whoever has an access to this reference data set, they only can, access your jobs. No other person can do that. Getting it now?
Got it.
So this is the business reason of why we are using the reference data set. Okay, this is how to create it. It is very simple. You just have to create a reference data set by coming here and click on this plus sign. And this will be it. So this part is simple. Okay. Now comes another concept, which is determinant value. Now, our project definition. Okay. Now, what Oracle has done is that, see, this reference group name is a set of all the configurations. For example, project definitions. Okay, so under project definitions, you can create project templates, you can create projects, you can create project task force. So a lot of things you can create under this project definition umbrella, and this is a reference group. Now you will attach a determinant value. You will say that, okay, this project definition will be for India business unit. For India business unit set, what do you have? Delhi. So now my project definition will be at a determinant value of India business unit, and this will be my set name. So now whoever has an access to this group, okay, and as I said, under this group, there will be a lot of setup, there will be a lot of configuration. They all can access it at India BU level for having this reference data set. So this is the hierarchy. Getting it?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
It's not clear.
Okay, so let's consider that your requirement again is that your project definitions, okay, they should be accessible at India BU level, fine, and the project definitions at India BU level also should be accessed by only the people who are having this set. Okay, so what you will do, you will come here, you will create a reference group name as project definition. Okay, or let's consider another example, your department. Okay, now your requirement is that your departments should be accessible at okay, this is your department set. Okay, all your departments should be accessible at UK department level. Sorry, at UK at okay, how to explain this now? Come here. Now your project definitions. Okay, what comes under project definitions? Here, it's a project templates. Here, project types. Okay, now your requirement is that this should be accessible to all the people who are working for business unit Mumbai. Okay. And under the reference data set, India, or not India, Mumbai. Okay. So now this is your requirement that all your project templates, project types should only be accessible to the Mumbai team. Okay. So how you will achieve this? This will be your reference group. This will be your determinant level. That at business unit level, you are determining that this particular configuration or this particular group will be accessible. And how you will control it? Using this reference data set. Okay, now let's say Ram, Sham, Ajay, Pooja, and Amma. They all are working for Mumbai location. Okay, so this set will be associated with them. Let's say Amar does not have this set associated. Okay, so Amar cannot access this project definitions. Okay, Amar is an accountant. Okay, he is given another set. Or Amar is temporarily in Mumbai. Amar is from Chennai. Now, Amar can see the project definitions for Chennai location, okay, but not Mumbai, because Amar is not allocated this data set. Now getting the concept?
Yeah, as a MO operating said, Chennai people can't see the Mumbai thing, and Mumbai people can't see the project definition, all the things of Chennai, correct?
Yes.
That's what you're conveying.
Yes.
Okay. Got it. Yeah.
Okay, and how do we enforce this part? Is using manage reference data access for user. Let's say this guy Akash. Okay. Okay, team member he is now. Okay. Now Akash is a project team member, and Akash. Okay, let's give it Mumbai. So now Akash can access, okay, that jobs, that grades, or project definitions which are allocated to this particular reference data set. If you want someone else also to access it, you can give Abdul is an employee. Okay, getting it now?
Yes.
Kila, for you, is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Clear, right? So what we are doing here is that let's consider one more example. Yes, you have accounting rules, okay? Or you have payment terms, let's say. Payment terms are very critical for the customers, okay? It is very critical information. Now, payment terms are different for Mumbai. Yes, the payment terms XX, this is payment term YY, and your business requirement is this, that. See, these payment terms XXX are for Mumbai location, okay? And this YY payment terms are for Delhi location, okay? Now, you do not want these people to access, Delhi people to access payment terms and Mumbai people to access YY payment terms. Is this a valid business scenario? Okay, that in order to enforce the security, you should not have an access to all the details, to all the financial details across the business unit. So now how you will achieve this requirement that my Delhi people should have access to only YY payment term, my Mumbai people should have access to only XX payment term. First of all, what you will do, reference group. Okay, you will identify a reference group, which is payment. Okay, now you will select the determinant level and you will select business unit. And then you will select
Data set.
set. Yes, data set. Okay, now for payment term, you will assign a data set, let's say XX Mumbai data set. Then this is data set assignment. Okay, then YY payment payment terms. XX Delhi data set. Okay, now you have assigned these payment terms with this set. And where did we do that? Here. Okay, payment, see, payable payment terms. Okay, so here it's like we are assigning XX Mumbai.
Just.
Okay. So this set assignment we are doing here. And now what we are doing, we are assigning the data access set for users. So now in Mumbai location, we have Ram, Sham, and Ajay. And this has been assigned to these people. Okay. And in Delhi, we have Puja, Amar, and Abdul. Okay. And this we have done here. Okay. Okay. Getting it now?
Yeah.
Ash, one small thing, like why instead of adding one by one employees, is it a way where we can add whoever is there for Mumbai, if all the Mumbai people to access that way, how we can do it?
Okay. So normally when you work on the Fusion application, you don't work like this. Okay. You will use an fbdi template. Okay, fbdi template is an export import template in which you will be given, it's an Excel based template like we have uh, any business suit, what we used to call them, I forgot. Using the Excel, we used to load the data, right, into
Yes.
the
Yes.
interface. So similar concept, we have it here also, which we call it as FBDI. So each setup, or not each setup actually, most of the setup which need bulk of the data upload, for that they have given us a standard FBDI template. So all these things we can, you know, create an Excel template and we can upload that into the application. Okay, so
Uh,
like,
I got it, that FPDA template, I got it, but now why, like, is it only the FPDA template way we can, like, is there any shortcut key? You were given the username as, example, you gave Akash, right?
hmm,
Instead
hmm.
of me giving Akash, is it like some other way, for that particular department, creating one username and all those people who are mapped to that and they can access like that?
Okay, I got it. So what you can do for to achieve this requirement? Okay, let's consider one more scenario. Just give me a minute. Okay, So now let's consider one more scenario, that you have payment terms. Okay, let's not consider now Mumbai, Delhi. Okay, let's consider you have an organization, let's say it's a TCS. Okay, now TCS has a finance department and a technical department. Now finance department will deal with the salary, accounts, and payments. Technical department will deal with projects, tools, and R&D. Okay. Now tell me that in your organization, okay, now you are working, now you are working as a technical consultant. Okay. Do you have access to all the accounts, or do you have access to all the salary, or how they are doing the payment? No, right?
It's
You don't.
based on one department only. It is not all department. India, so we will be mapped only to India.
No, let's consider it's one organization. It's one office. Let's say uh, a small startup. Okay, Actually, startup. Okay. So he has a finance department and he has a technical department, and both the department cannot access each other data. Okay. Now, finance team in your organization will not have access to all the things which are you are doing. And similarly, technical department will not have all the access to the finance part which they are doing. Okay. So how you will achieve this requirement? Okay. Now let's consider the payments here. So what you will do, you will assign this a data access set. Let's say accounts, or you can say this as, okay, no, department access set, department finance, and this will be access technical technical. Okay, so these are two reference data set we have assigned. Okay, so when we will configure the application, what we will do to this salary component, to this account component, to this payment, we will assign this reference data set. And to all the aspects of the technical department, we will assign this particular reference data set. And when, let's say in the technical department, it's again Amar, Abdul, and in the finance, it's working Pooja and Reem. So now and and will be given this particular department. Okay. So now these guys will not have an access to all the finance, components, and the finance team will not have the access to any of the technical component. Did I clear your answer, Sheila, or you were trying to ask something else?
No. Her question is okay. Instead of assigning single persons like that, okay, bulkily any possibilities available in the system like that she is asking. Am correct, Sheila?
Yeah, you're right.
Okay, so for bulk loading, you can use the fbdi template. Okay, and let me see. Okay, so here what you can do is, okay, so if you want to do a bulk of upload for the number of users, okay, for the number of users, then you have only fbdi template. Yes.
Okay, got it.
Okay, if you want to do the bulk upload, then fbdi is the only option, or import export functionality is the only option you have.
Got it.
Because see, this we are doing at a user level. See, did
No,
you?
I thought like right now, for example, if I have some 1,000 people are there in one particular department or BO, that particular all 1,000 people, you're saying like we have to use a FPDI template and load it to get that set. So I thought for that 1,000, there might be any shortcut key or something will be mapped, and whoever exists for on that data set, they can go on access like that. I was thinking
Okay,
instead of
okay, okay,
username, it might be like employee, employer, like all those employer of this data set can access this thing like that. I was thinking.
okay. So now, because we are talking about the ppm part, so here it will be okay. So let's say these all work under one department. Okay, technical department. There are some 10 employees who are working under technical department. So, and in HCM, okay, what you can do is, in human capital management, you can assign them with a particular job. Okay, like technical is a job. Okay, and for this particular job, you can assign the data set. In this way, this employee information can, okay, yeah, but this is to access this employee information. But if you want to give this guy or all the 10 employees an access to the finance components, then yes, you have to come here and you have to do the bulk load. Okay, there is no shortcut for that.
Okay.
Okay, and there is one last feature I wanted to tell you is that, see, now we are restricting it based on the access set. Okay, what you can do is, the example of Mumbai, Delhi, which I gave you, okay, that you can achieve using this option, which is business unit. Okay, now Akash Sharma, if I assign him the role as Okay, so, okay. So if I do this setup, okay, so Akash Sharma for this particular role for India business unit will have the only access. Okay, let's save this. Uh, okay. Now can you tell me what is this setup? What will this setup do?
Like this person in on the basis of example what you've given India,
Hmm.
Mumbai and Delhi, right?
Hmm.
So this person will have access to Delhi and also Mumbai data set.
Right. Exactly. 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 Okay. And for this role, okay, for HR, let's say if it is project accountant, so for all the project accounting components, let's say costing and all transaction sources, so he will have access to the transaction sources for US and India alone. He will not have an access to Malaysian transaction sources, to Malaysian project cost, or to Malaysian projects. Getting it?
Got it. Got it. Only whatever you assign, for that he will have access.
Yes. So what I mean to show you here is that manage data access for user is not only restricted to these parts, okay, to setups, okay. The example which I gave you for this Mumbai Delhi can be achieved using reference data set, can also be achieved using if you put the security concept as business unit. Okay. Do you see there are a lot of options here? Manufacturing plant, ledger, legal entity, inventory organization. So if you want to drill down a level further, okay, let's say under business unit also, okay, you have a lot of inventory organization, and under that, what is that? Yeah, organization name they have not configured. So inventory organization is something which is a level below the business unit. So let's say Mumbai. Okay, now you want to give access to only South Mumbai. So 510 could be the code for South Mumbai. Okay, 515 could be the code for your West Mumbai. So accordingly, you can decide. Or this guy is a CEO, okay, and you want to give him an access of entire legal entity, you can do so. You can do so. Now this guy will have an access to entire legal entity. So be it any business unit, be it any inventory organization, this guy will have an access to it. Okay. So using this part, using this manage data access, you can actually control the users of whatever business unit, whatever data, whatever configuration, whatever component these guys will have an access to. Getting some idea?
Yeah, got
Yes,
it.
sir.
Okay. And using the reference data set, you can actually restrict the configuration, and then that reference data set you can use anywhere. You can use it for the employee, you can use it for the business unit. For example, now the payment term, okay, this this payment term, okay, this component you want to be accessed by only Mumbai business unit, okay. None of the business unit should access the payment term at all. Okay. Let's consider that the account information is very critical and it has to be maintained at Delhi location only. And none of the person or none of the other people, whoever is working, will have an access to this particular account information. So what you will do, you will give the account information a reference data set. Account information, and this data set is XX account DS, and then you will assign this to a business unit and under a business unit which is Delhi. Okay, so manage business unit set assignment, what you will do, you will give this data set. So for Delhi business unit, whoever users has access to this data set can only account this account information. None of the other people, none of the technical person can account this account details. Getting my point? So in lot of organizations, the managers do not have the information of the salary of their employees. Okay, if we are using the Fusion for this organization, this can be achieved using the reference data set. Got it now?
Yeah,
Sheila, is it clear for you?
Yes, Ash. Got it.
Okay. And now the last topic is manage geographies. This is nothing but now you will be expanding your businesses. So you will have to create the locations or the geography. So this is something which is very basic. You can create your own geographies, you create your own location. So here Australia is one of them. You can the country here. Okay. So this is how you maintain the geographies. And again, the geographies will also be given to you by the finance team. And this is something we don't have to do. And here what we are doing is we are just managing this location. So if I go here, okay, so these are the code for these locations. So whenever we will be using these locations in any for any of the purposes, we can access this using this code. Okay, got it?
Yes, sir.
okay.
Okay, so you just go through the session to go through the PPT, and we can again do a recap of the reference data set tomorrow, because reference data set is the important topic. Okay, and you will be using this a lot in your project.
One suggestion, going forward, whatever you given in the notepad as an example,
Mhm.
that can we do it in the application? For
Yeah, yeah,
example, you
sure,
said
sure, sure, sure,
that will be easy for us to understand.
sure, sure. We will do a demo. Sure.
Okay, okay,
Okay. So let's do one thing. So when we will meet on Monday for half an hour, we will do this demo.
okay, okay,
Okay. Today anyway, I wanted to discuss the theory part only, that what is the purpose of doing this. And on Monday when we will come, I will give you a demo.
okay, okay,
Okay.
okay.
Okay. Okay, Sheila. Okay, Prasanna. Thank you for your time today.
Thank you.
Thanks. Thanks, Ash. Bye.